Now, the next interview is about to warm your heart. Losing My Best Friend is a children's book written by a 10-year-old author. Well, the book is a heartwarming tale aimed at kids from grades R to grade 5 and takes the reader on a journey with Gabrielle and her best friend as they discover friendship, creating beautiful memories and, of course, defining emotional support. Written by Alicia Oldjohn, accompanied illustrations from her sister Avril, and the two are in studio with us this morning to tell us more about these collaborative projects. Ladies, a very good morning and a warm welcome.
Good morning.
Jeez, look at you. How are you doing?
We're fantastic.
Oh, it's so good to see you. Alicia, how old are you?
I'm 10.
You are 10 and you are an author.
Yes.
Gosh, it must be so interesting seeing such young people, pouring their hearts out on writing a book. Now, the title of the book sort of gives the title away. I mean, what is this book about?
Well, Losing My Best Friend is about a girl named Gabriella, who in the beginning struggled to make friends. And she eventually did. It was short-lived.
It was short-lived?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, you have to find more information behind the book.
Right. Now, what inspired you to write this book, Alicia?
Well, my mom was the one who inspired me to write this book, because having written her own books made me realize that nothing is impossible. And I didn't want to wait any longer, so I had to write a book.
Yeah, and I'm actually glad that you did, hey. Now, Avril, when your sister came to you with this idea and asked for your assistance in terms of illustrations, what was going through your mind?
The first thing was, I've never illustrated a book. I've never even thought of myself as an illustrator, so it was quite challenging for her to approach me with having to illustrate her whole book as a new coming author, but I decided to take the challenge and live up to my name.
And I suppose it must be very challenging because you didn't actually know what was going through her mind, for her to, to pour out her heart, to pour out her mind on this kind of project. So, what is it that you were looking for when you were doing those illustrations?
We're looking for something very childlike, something that you can relate to as well. So, not realistic drawings, but like relatable black people drawings. Yeah.
Okay. Now, tell us the story behind Gabrielle and Melody and how their friendship unfolds in the book, Alicia.
Well, I was friends with her from grade R. We were together, we told secrets, we did everything together, we shared information. We even helped each other reading, homework, everything. Until grade 3, she had to go and move to another school and move to another country, so it was actually sad for me, very, very sad.
Shame, man. And I understand this is one of 6 books that you've written already.
Yeah.
What are the other books about? Can you take us through them?
Yeah, it's On a Christmas Day, Two Sisters on a Journey, and there's I don't know also. And also Mary Had a Little Dog, and Rocky, and also My First Time at a Circus.
Okay.
Those are the books.
Children your age, they don't normally think about writing books. Some of them are busy watching TV or playing with their friends, but all you ever think about is being an author and writing books. What normally goes through your mind when you decide to write a book? Is it about personal personal stories that you want to tell to the world, or is it about an event, perhaps?
No, it's stories that I want to tell other people, because it's hard to make friends when you just get into a school. True. And you'll be very nervous, and some people they will just be rude to you, and they will walk past you and they will gossip about you, and you also have depression because there's other people who don't have friends and they are just sitting alone eating their food every day, just sit, eat, and just repeat every single day. No friends to play with, no friends to laugh with. So it is very hard for them to, speak to other people, even though other people are kind and some are just rude.
And that is actually very sad, Alicia.
Yeah.
Now, Avril, your sister just talked about, friendship being the central theme in this book. What kind of personal experiences do you have about the friends that you have?
Oh, being in high school, the friends I made in grade 8 are definitely not friends right now. We're definitely not friends. It's very challenging to make friends with people because They change as long, they're discovering themselves. They don't have a certain clique anymore. So definitely I've lost a lot of friends from a shift of primary and high school. So it has been tough myself. I also think I did lose my best friends. So yeah.
And I suppose it must be very, very tough finding new friends who you can share everything with.
Yeah, that's true. Because trusting people is a lot of work, firstly. And just having a relatable friend can be challenging to find. In such a big school, yeah.
So, Alicia, when children your age read this book and you talk about, how difficult it is making friends, so what is it that you want them to take away after reading this book?
Well, I want them to also start reading books, also start having passion for doing everything, that they must also do some stuff that they have never ever tried before, like something that is new, and also learn to speak up. Because you cannot always just shrug and do this every day for your single life until you die. So you must also speak up and stand on your own ground. Not let the wind flow you everywhere, push up and down every time. So you have to stand up for yourself and speak up so that you can say yes and no.
Gosh, that's the best thing I've heard all morning, Alicia. For all your friends who may want a copy of this book, where can you get a hold of a copy?
Well, you can get it from my mom, Alicia Oldjohn. You can WhatsApp her on 071 361 1481. And she's available on Instagram and Facebook as Alicia Oldjohn.
Alicia Oldjohn. I love the way you emphasize that. You know what, Alicia? The world is your stage. I mean, the world is your oyster. So go and get it. You are one hell of a genius. And thank you so much for joining us. And as well as you, Avril, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's sisters Alicia and Avril Oldjohn. They've been speaking to us about their project, and it's a book, it's a children's book titled Losing My Best Friend. Well, if you also belong to a book club or you're a lone reader, you can also join us for a Sunday morning book feature to talk about some of the books that you're currently reading or have read. Simply send us a detailed description of your book club on email. You can also send us a picture of those books with a brief caption using our social media platforms. You can use our Twitter handle at Morning Live SABC or hashtag Morning Live SABC. You can also tag or send us a Facebook message.